Okay, how are you everyone? We are going to continue with our web design session, and in this particular video we are going to learn how do we add CSS, how do we add style in our website. So now we will go straight. Now remember, we created our website, we created the index page, we have designed the index page, we have added the tables, and we have added our content. So now the next thing is adding the CSS, the style in our document. So now what we're going to do, we are going to create a CSS page. How do we do that? You're going to go here where you see the cursor, right click and click new. Now when you click new, you see where there is basic page. You are going to look where there is CSS. You will click on CSS and click create. So now this is going to be your your CSS document. So now first we are going to save it. Control S. Now you're going to save it inside the CSS folder, and I'm going to give it the name of style. It is style.css. So it will be style.css. So now this is my style sheet, which we are going to use to add style in our index. So you see here now you have two tabs. You have the tab of index.html and you have the tab of style.css. This is .css and this is .html. So now after creating our CSS document, so we are going to link our style.css to our index.html. We are going to link them together. How do we do that? I'm going to select my index.html. I come here on my right corner, and you will see here you will find this link icon, say attach a style sheet. Here is new CSS role, but here is attach a style sheet. So you are going to click here, attach a style sheet. So you're going to browse, make sure you're in the website folder, in CSS, you select the style sheet, then you click OK. So now you have added the style sheet.css, and you will be able to view it here. It is here. So you will save. Yeah. So now when we go to the code view here and we go up here, you will be able to view the link. This is the link which links the index.html to the css style.css. Yeah, so now let's go back to our design view and go to the style.css. So now when we look at our website, we are going to have different we identify CSS areas, different CSS areas. We call them classes. So we are going to identify different classes of CSS in our website. So different classes of CSS in our website. So now when I go back to my layout, now every table here I'm going to make it as to make it a class, because in CSS we use classes. So each different tables here I'm going to make them, to give them different classes. Now like this first one here, where the logo is, I'm going to call it the class logo. I'm going to make it class logo. Let me create here a document. I have class logo 1. So now this area here, I have class email, then this is class contact. I'm going to make this class contact, and I'm going to make this class email. So meaning in my document here, I'm going to have class email, and I'm going to have class contact. So I will go back to so now I have now these are menu items. These are menu. This is our menu area, but it has menu items. These are menu items. So I'm going to make these menu items a class. I'm going to have a class menu items. Class menu items. I'm going to go back to the Dreamweaver. Now I have this area of a slide image, so I'm going to make it class slider. So I'm going to go back here, my layout. I have this area here. I have now class. These are category items. So I'm going to have class category items. Class category items. So now I have now this you may look at this is the same as this, will be the same as this, will be the same as this, will be the same as this. So now this I'm going to give it class. I'm going to name it. You can give it any name you feel it is easy for you. Class category. I'm going to call it class category header. Now we'll go back. This is class category header, class logo, class email, class contact, class menu item. So now I have these products here. So I'm also going to these areas where I'm going to add my products. So I'm going to give them a class also. I'm going to give them a class product. Class product. Then down here I have a last one. This is going to be my class footer. It's going to be my class footer. So now these are the classes I've come up with according to my layout and my design. So according to your layout and design, you may also be able to have your classes. different class names. But now we to make your website be aligned very well and balancing very well, we are going to use some mathematics in arranging our website. Now, like here, when you look at my logo here, I said my height is 90 px. This is 90 pixels. That my logo here is going to have a height of 90 pixels. So I need to identify, I need to also know that what is the width, which width I'm going to use for my logo. So you can come up with these things depending on the size of website you are working on and the size of the areas you want, which amount of size, which length, which width and height of the logo you want, which height and width of the email area you want, depending on your design. So now that is very important in CSS. So we will be adding some mathematics here. So now I'm going to go to style. Now I'm going to start adding those classes. My first class was class logo. Now when we are adding a class logo to the style sheet, instead of writing a word class, we are just going to do dot logo. Dot means class logo. So you're going to open those brackets and then cross. So now you open, I don't know how these brackets are called, those brackets, then cross. Now inside here is where we are going to add our CSS rules. Yeah, so now inside these brackets is where we are going to add our CSS rules. So you will look at your design and you say, okay, first I want the height to be 90 pixels. So you're going to do in Dreamweaver. Now when you open brackets, adding, every style has its rule. If I want to add a height, I just click here, enter, and I type height. They will bring it here, height, and I say I want my height to be 90 pixels. Then you put these semicolons. That is rule 1. Now let me save. Now after saving that rule, I can go back to my index page, click inside the logo area, come down here, select this last TD. TD here means you are selecting this particular table. Then I will come here down, whatever style you add, you will find it here in the style. So now you will see, like here there is logo. So this is the style logo, so I will click on style logo. So now you will see that it has increased on the what? On the height. So that's one. Now let me say I want to add some background color inside this logo area. I come here to style, I click enter, and I type I want the background color. You look for you can choose the color. Don't forget this. After every rule, you add a semicolon and you save. So when I come back, I will have the color already there. Now I can say I want this text to be in white. I will come here, click here, and I say I want color. I want it to be white. I add semicolon and I save. So I come back here, the words will be white. Now I can say I want the words to be the font to be big. I can come here and I say enter, I say font. I look for font size. I want it like 36 pixels. I select 36 pixels. I put a semicolon, I come back. Now it is too big. It is getting big. It is making my, so that means the word has been big. The reason it is getting bigger, it's because we have not yet given this, we have not given it any width yet, so that's why it is becoming big. But let's go now. Let's add some boldness. I want to make my website bold. So whatever CSS you want, if you want to say like I need the CSS rule to make my the word bold, so you're going to use the internet. You go to the internet and you say CSS to make the font bold. Try to make sure you make bold. What is it? Bold. Try to make sure you make internet your friend. So CSS to the internet has been my worst enemy. Let's let's wait for into the page to load here. You need to make the internet your friend when you are working, when you are doing in web design. Now here CSS to make font bold. You will always go to, there is this CS font weight properties. Let's go to the W Free Schools. Now W Free Schools as is one of the websites which teaches you to do design, which teaches you the CSS. So whichever thing you want to do with the CSS, you need to consult the W Free School. So now here it is going to give you the rules of making your font bold. So I can copy this rule, font weight bold, and I come here and I paste it here. Just I say save, I come here, so my word is going to be bold. Yeah. Or if you know you don't even need to go to the browser, you just come here and type font weight. So do you want it bold, 100 pixels? and save. So when you come, your font will be bold. Now you can even change the font family. You can just come here and say font family. You choose depending on the kind of font. Let's try Arial. Let's save. Let's come back here. You will see that yes, the font has changed. It's now Arial. So now we want to give these areas the width. If you remember, when I come to my layout, I have these columns 1, 2, 3. So I need to give them. I need to give them width. So now I have 1100 as my website width. So I'm going to divide it by 3. So I'm going to get a calculator here and divide 1100 and divide by 3. So now I have 366. That means I'm going to have my logo width. Let me go back here. Logo width here, my logo. I'm going to add a width of 366 pixels for my logo. So when I come back here, it has to be the logo width area has to be 366. So now I want to add some padding. There is what we call padding, there is what we call margin, and there is what we call a border. So padding is the space between from the border to the content. It's padding from this area here to the content. It's what we call padding. When you look at this logo area here, you can look at it right now as it is. But now let us add some padding. How do we add padding? Remember, for every last CSS rule you add, you need to add a semicolon. Press enter and I say padding. Now padding, I say I want padding to be 15 px. I save. So when I come back, you will see that now my logo area has space from this border to the content, from the border up here to the content. So I can have different padding for different areas. Like when I come here to CSS, I can say you can have padding, different padding, top, bottom, left. Now I can say I will have padding 30. Then I add another, I say now here I want it 20 px. I put some column. I come back. So when I come back, you find that from here to here, this part here, it has become at least more big. This area here. Now when I come here and I make it 60, I come back, you will find here I'm making it more what? More big. So this is the padding. So but I want all my padding to be 20. So this is the what? This is the what? That's how now I have CSS Now I need to add CSS in the menu on my mail address and this. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to create a new rule. Email. So now email, I'm going to open the brackets and then close the brackets. So now I will click inside. Now you may find that some of the things I need here in the menu area are the same things I need in the in the .logo class. So what I will do, I will just copy all these rules and paste them here in the menu. So now I can change the background color. Instead of using the same background color, I can come here and I just change the color to this. Font size, I change to like 24. Width is the same, padding I need to be the same, so I save. Now when I come back here, I just click inside this menu area, I click on the table here up, I come here and I give it the menu. It's class mail. So now, but you may find now I've made it has height of 90 and we don't need the height because we already have the height on the logo. So I will come and I will remove the height here, save, I come here, I leave it like that. So now I also click inside this table, I click the table and I come and select the menu. Yeah, so now this is what class menu. Then I have class contact. I can come here and create another class contact, open brackets, cross brackets. Now it also, you may find like class, they almost have this area and this area, they almost have the same CSS. So I'm just going to copy this here, click inside and paste. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the background color. So I save here, I come back, click inside, select this table, come here and look for contact. I click here, select the table, I come here, I select contact. So I'm seeing like 90 height here is too much. I can just come here and I say I want my menu item to be 50. I reduce on the height, it will reduce on the height here. I can say I need it to be 40. Save, I come back, it reduces it. I can come, I say no, I need padding to 20. I want it to be 10. When I come back, it's going to be 10. So this is now so I can save. I can try to view again in the browser. Now this is my website header. Now that is my layout, top, header, CSS. So now that's how I add style on my website. So now you can go on with different CSS classes. Now like I can go to menu items, we come back Dreamweaver to style. I come here, I click enter, I add another CSS class dash menu items. Open, cross, and inside. Now I say, how do I want my main items to look depending on my layout? So I just come back here, say I want the background color. Background color. I want to use choose this background color, add a semicolon, click enter. I want color, the color of the words to be white, semicolon. Then I want padding to be like 15 px, semicolon, enter. What else do I need? Let me say I want a border, but for a border let's first leave it. Background color, then I need a width. Now for the width I need to know that I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I need to divide the 7 columns, divide them by 1100 to get the exact width. So I'm going to get the calculator here. I get the 1100, divide it by 7. So now this is 157. So I'm going to come back here, my room, and say width is going to be 157 px, semicolon. Then I save. So when I come back here, I'm going to click inside this table. I select it here, I come here, menu item, I click here, I select this, menu item, come here, I select menu item, I come here, I select menu item, I come here, I select menu item, select, here, select menu item, here select, I come, menu item, here, I select menu item. So now I'm having what? My menu here. So when I come back here, I refresh, you see that I have my menu, menu items here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I may want to have a home, I want it to be in a different color, about us I want it to be in a different color, shop, payment, blah 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 blah, something like that. So I can come back here in my Dreamweaver, can come here and I just duplicate this menu, copy, say paste. Now this is menu items. I say this is menu item 2. I save, so I come here, this area here, I change it to menu item 2. So I change the color. Let me first change the color here. For menu item 2, I will use this back. So you see, when I come back, come here, this I say I want this to be menu item 2. This also this. And this will be menu item 2. So when I save and I come and I refresh here, you see that I have different menu colors. Now another, so that's how we go on adding CSS. We have class slider, class category item, class category header. Let me go to class category item. So I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver. I create here dot class category items. Make sure I don't leave space in the words. Class category item, open brackets, these kind of brackets. Then inside I say I want padding, 10px. Sorry, has to be one padding 10px. Full semicolon. Now I want a background color. I look for the background color. If you have a color code, you know it's better just put the color code. Now I want the width. Now when you look at your area here, what is the size of your width you want it to be? What size do you want your width here to be? It depends on your layout. Now my width, I want it to be 300 pixels. That is my width. Padding background color, and then I want the words color to be white. So now let me save and come back here, and I start clicking in these items. Select, I click category, I click table, come here, category, I click table, I come here, category items, I click table, I come here, category items, I come here, category items, I click, come here, select here, I click category items. So I save. So now when I come back here to Dreamweaver, sorry, to my browser, I refresh, you say that I have my categories areas here. So now I can come back like I did here. I may be having different colors for the menu. In that case, I can come and duplicate these category items, copy and paste, and I say this is category item 2. I come here, color, I look for this, that's it. So now I come, I click here, this, I change to category 2. Also come here, I click, I make it category item 2. Then this one I make it category item 2. So something like that. This is how we add different CSS. Now I come back here, there is category header. I will come highlight category header. I come back to my Dreamweaver. Style, enter. I had dot. This is dot. Category header. Let me first remove this space here. Open brackets, close brackets, enter. Now I need with the background color. So now this category header is the same as the menu items. Actually, you may find this is the same as this. What changes is the background color and the font size. So what I will do, I'm just going to copy this, I paste it here. So now background color, I will just change the background color. Make sure you follow these steps. They may feel challenging, but make sure you follow them. Change color, and here I want to change the font size. I'll make it like 18, and the font weight, anything you want to do and you don't know its rule, you can just, we had forgot this, make sure you don't forget this. Anything you want to do but you don't know its CSS rule, you can always go to WFreeScopes, and or you can ask Google how to do that rule. Let me save here. This I'm going to make it category header. I come back here, I click this, select the table, and I'm going to make it category header, just like that. That is the category header. So now I have these category headers also. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to duplicate this instead of doing the same things. I'll just change the width. I'm going to remove the width. Other things. Now I also make this category header 2. I save, I come back. Now when I click, select this. This is category header 2. This is also has to be in category header 2. This has to be in category header 2. This has to be category header 2. So now this same rule, I can, don't forget to save this same rule. These same rules here, I can use them to create another category. Copy, I can use them to create another category, and I call this category footer. So I just change the color here. I say when the color will be this time around I change the color to black. Okay, let's select black. I font weight I remove. I save. So when I come back, I click here, I select and say I want footer. So I want the footer to be in the center. So I come to the style, I say text alignment, center. So CSS is not so hard. I come, it will be already centered. Right? So now we have the slider. I can come to Dreamweaver. I add another here, class dot slider. Open brackets. This I just need the background color. Right now we are not going to put images. That will be for another day. I'll show you how to add images in your how to add images in your website. So this, let's give it color. Where is the slider? So now when I save, I come to the browser and refresh. You'll see that this is my layout. So what is missing is the content. Now my tables here. Let me come. So now today's deals, remember I had to split this cell into 6 columns. The columns for products. Yeah, so these are product columns. This is a column for products. So now I have product, Control C, product. These are products. Product. These are going to be products. That is where I'm going to add products. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to come and divide to get the real width. I'm going to divide 1, 1, 0, 0, divide by 6. 1, 8, 3. So it's going to be 1, 8, 3. So I'm going to come back here in my CSS. I do class product. You may find that your layout does not have as many classes as mine. So but now for me, I'm going to start with the width. Here say it's 183 px semicolon. Make sure you cross, but inside, yeah, you will also want to add some height to be like 80 pixels. Yeah, I'll save. I'll come back here, click this, and add product. So I need some padding. All this, I need to give them the product CSS. So now let me just come and add padding 20 px. Say when I come back, it will have padding. I can have some background color. you need to make sure I don't make this. So now this is the background color. So now those I can even add color white. So now this is how we add style in our website, depending on whatever layout you're working on. So this is how we add color, how we add style on our website. This is how we add style. I can duplicate this style again for the product. You can just copy and click enter, and I say this is style product 2. I say here I'm going to just want here to change the color to this. I say so. I say now this I'm going to give it product 2, and this I'm going to give it product 2. This I'm going to give it product 2. So come here, refresh. So these are products. So now this is how we add color, how we add CSS in our website. So I want you to practice this. First practice how you do your layout in Dreamweaver, then you start practicing on how you add CSS. So now after you have learned the next in the next lesson, we are going to learn how to link, how to create these pages, and how to link website, that when I click on the about us, it takes me to the about us page. When I click on the shop, it takes me to the shop page. When I click on the payment, it takes me to the payment shop. So in the next lesson we will see how do we add images in our layout, and how do we link our pages together, because our website is the collection of web pages linked together. So how do we make our website pages linked together? So that's what we are going to look at in the next lesson. Hope you have learned something, and hope you're going to practice this to make sure that you come up with the right So thank you very much for being part of this lesson, this session. Hope you have a good day.